He called it work. She called it survival. But something in his eyes made it feel like neither. Sienna didn't sleep. She lay awake in the massive king-size bed, staring at the ceiling while the city glowed through the window. The sheets were soft, the room warm, the mattress perfect, and she felt like she was lying on a bed of needles. Every sound in the penthouse made her tense. The hum of the refrigerator, the distant traffic, the occasional creak of the building settling. She kept expecting Marcus to appear in the doorway, demanding something, reminding her of the contract she'd signed without reading. At 4:30 a.m., she gave up on sleep. She showered, dressed in the only professional outfit she owned, black slacks, a white blouse, a blazer that had seen better days, and tied her hair back. She looked like she was going to a job interview she wasn't sure she wanted. At 5:55 a.m., she stepped into the hallway. Marcus was already awake. He stood in the kitchen, sleeves rolled up, pouring coffee into a mug. The early morning light cut across his face, highlighting the sharp lines of his jaw, the faint shadow of stubble, the calm intensity that seemed permanently etched into him. He didn't look surprised to see her. "You're early," he said. "You said 6. "I did." He handed her a second mug. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. She hesitated. "I don't drink it black." "You do now," she bristled. "I can make my own." "You could," he said, "but you won't." She stared at him, annoyed, but took the mug anyway. The coffee was bitter, strong, almost aggressive. She forced herself to swallow. Marcus watched her reaction with the faintest hint of amusement. "You'll get used to it." "I don't want to get used to it." "You will." She set the mug down harder than necessary. Marcus didn't flinch. "Follow me." His office was on the second floor of the penthouse, a sleek space with glass walls, a massive desk, and a view of the skyline that made her feel small. Marcus sat behind the desk and gestured to the chair across from him. "Your job starts now." Sienna sat, spine straight. "What exactly do you want me to do?" "Everything I need." That's not an answer. It's the only one you're getting. She clenched her jaw. "I need specifics." Marcus leaned back in his chair, studying her. "You'll manage my schedule, handle calls, screen emails, attend meetings, travel with me when necessary, keep people out when I don't want to be bothered, bring people in when I do." That sounds like a normal assistant job. It's not. His tone made her pulse jump. "What's the difference?" she asked. "You'll learn." She hated that answer, hated how calm he was, hated how he controlled the pace of every conversation. Marcus slid a tablet across the desk. "Start with this." She picked it up. His calendar was packed. Meetings, calls, board sessions, charity events, dinners, travel. It was overwhelming. "You expect me to memorize all this?" "Yes." "In one day?" "Yes." "That's impossible." Marcus's eyes locked onto hers. "Nothing is impossible. Only inconvenient." She stared at him, incredulous. "You're unbelievable." "So I've been told." She wanted to throw the tablet at him. Instead, she took a deep breath and started scrolling. By noon, her head was pounding. Marcus worked like a machine. No breaks, no hesitation, no wasted movement. He dictated emails faster than she could type. He switched meetings without warning. He expected her to anticipate his needs before he voiced them. And somehow, she kept up. Barely. At one point, he glanced at her screen and said, "You missed a comma." She glared at him. "Are you serious?" "Very." "It's a comma. It's a mistake." She wanted to scream. Instead, she corrected it. Marcus nodded once. "Better." She muttered something under her breath. He heard it. His lips twitched. "Careful, Sienna." "Or what?" His gaze sharpened. "Don't test me." Her pulse jumped. She hated that he affected her, hated that her body reacted before her brain could catch up, hated that he seemed to notice every flicker of emotion she tried to hide. At 1 p.m., he finally stood. "Lunch," she blinked. "Lunch?" "Yes, people eat at this time." "I know that." "Good. Come on." "I can eat here." "You'll eat with me." Her stomach tightened. "Why?" "Because I said so." She wanted to argue. She really did. But she followed him anyway. The private dining area was smaller than the rest of the penthouse, still luxurious but more intimate. A chef had prepared a meal that looked like something out of a magazine: grilled salmon, roasted vegetables, quinoa, lemon slices arranged like art. Sienna stared at it. "This is lunch?" "Yes." "I usually eat a sandwich." "You won't anymore?" She shot him a look. "You can't control what I eat." "I can," he said calmly, "and I will." She opened her mouth to argue, but the chef was still in the room and she didn't want to cause a scene. She sat down and took a bite. It was delicious. Annoyingly delicious. Marcus watched her reaction. "Good?" She refused to give him the satisfaction. "It's fine." His lips curved slightly. "You're a terrible liar." She stabbed a piece of salmon harder than necessary. Marcus ate with quiet precision, every movement controlled. He didn't rush. He didn't fidget. He didn't make small talk. But he watched her, not constantly, just enough to make her aware of it. Halfway through the meal, he said, "You did well this morning." She looked up, startled. "I did?" "Yes. That's the first compliment you've given me. It won't happen often." She rolled her eyes. "Of course not. But you earned it." Her breath caught. She didn't know why those words mattered, but they did. After lunch, the pace picked up again. Meetings, calls, more emails, more demands, more pressure. By 6 p.m., she was exhausted. Marcus finally closed his laptop. "We're done for today." Sienna sagged in her chair. "Thank God." Marcus stood. "Come with me." She groaned. "Now what?" "Tour of the building." "I don't need a tour." "You do." "I'm tired." "You'll manage." She glared at him. "Do you ever take no for an answer?" "No." He walked out of the office. She followed. The penthouse had a private gym, a rooftop garden, a library, a media room, and a balcony with a view that made her breath catch. Marcus stopped at the balcony railing, hands in his pockets, looking out at the city. Sienna stood beside him, the wind tugging at her hair. For a moment, neither of them spoke. The city stretched endlessly. Lights, noise, life. It felt like standing on the edge of the world. Marcus finally said, "You handled today better than I expected." She glanced at him. "Is that another compliment?" "Don't get used to it." She smiled despite herself. "I won't." He looked at her then, really looked at her, and something shifted in the air. Not soft, not tender, but charged. His gaze dropped to her lips for a fraction of a second. Her breath hitched. He noticed. His jaw tightened. He stepped back. The moment snapped. "Don't wander tonight," he said quietly. She frowned. "You said that yesterday?" "And I meant it." "Why?" His eyes darkened. "Because you're not ready for the rest of this building." "What does that mean?" He didn't answer. He walked away. Sienna stared after him, heart pounding, confusion twisting in her chest. She turned back to the city, and that's when she saw it. A figure on the rooftop across the street, watching the penthouse, watching her. Her blood ran cold. The figure didn't move, didn't look away, didn't hide, just watched. Sienna stepped back from the railing, pulse racing. She turned to call for Marcus, but he was gone, and the figure across the street was still there. She saw someone on the rooftop. She didn't tell him, but Marcus already knows. Chapter 4 continues now.